Talk about the kind of the backstory behind you going from Tennessee to
to the
Detroit,
D.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. First off, Detroit is like my second home. I grew up in so many ways in Detroit. I turned 30 in Detroit, which was crazy. So backstory: a guy who's from the city was already in Detroit, from Chattanooga, was already in Detroit working for Dan Gilbert. Dan Gilbert owns the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James, my favorite player, all this stuff, right? And so
no,
the guy sees the work that I'm putting in chat on the business side of things. Where I used to run this workspace called Workaholics, where entrepreneurs would come into the space in the evening hours once they got off work to work on their ideas, share ideas with each other, and all of that type of stuff. So it was a whole vibe.
wow. So it's
Um,
like a think tank.
it's like a
It-
think tank for anybody in the evening hours who just want to come and work on their ideas, vibe out. We
After
had
they work all day and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so it's called
That's dope.
Workaholics.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Super
Six, it
dope.
was open from six to midnight. A lot of cross collaborations, that kind of thing. And so, shout out to Josh who actually put the bug in Dan's ear that they should bring me up to kind of like run their entrepreneurship work in the city. Now, mind you, Dan is you like he was like a huge catalyst in the whole movement that Detroit had going on at that particular time to move the city for. He brought up a bunch of buildings downtown. He's put a bunch of money in people's pockets who were trying to start businesses and things of that nature, right? So, long story less long, they bring me up. I decided to make the move, and it was the best decision I ever could have made because one, I aspire to own my own team one day, right?
Hello,
So
put it
who
out
else?
there.
You know what I mean? And so who else better to learn from than a self-made billionaire who owns his own team, right? Who's got LeBron James on his payroll. You know what I'm
What, yeah,
saying?
what else you need? What else you
What,
need? If you want to
what
have a
else,
team, that's what you want to.
what you
That's the room
need?
you need to be in.
What else?
Yeah.
That's the room I need to be in. Like one of my first visits. So when I first met Dan, they flew me to a Cavs game. We sitting courtside. I'm sitting next to Kyrie and Bron and Dan and the whole nine, and we just talking business. We talking sports. We talking the whole thing. And so I was like, I'm moving to Detroit, 1,000%. Like this is where I need to be. And that year the Cavs had won the championship, right?
Ooh, were you
And
at the
so I was
parade?
I was in a parade. I'm throwing bees. Like I've been shooting jumpers. You know what I'm saying? Like this lit. I'm still close to the game. Like what else? What
Yeah.
else do I need? You
Uh,
know what I'm saying? What
exactly.
else do I
Yeah.
feel me? And so, man, I grew up a lot in Detroit. When I was there, I ended up doing this. Started this pitch competition called Detroit Demo Day with Dan, and we would give away $1 million every year to entrepreneurs based in Detroit or willing to relocate to Detroit. And so that was like my journey, and that's when I really learned about tech and venture and investing and like how business really works because I'm near Dan almost every day. And so I'm seeing all of the different deals that he's in and how he's determining if he's going to invest in a deal or not. And like what he doesn't like about certain deals and what he would do if he was that entrepreneur and all of that type of stuff. And I'm just soaking up the game, you know what I'm saying?
Of
And,
course.
and
Yeah.
trying to, apply those things. So, man, I love Detroit, bro. Detroit welcomed me with open arms. It's definitely like my second home. When I first moved, I lived on the west side, Davidson and Livernois. So anybody who listening to this that's from watching, that's from Detroit, y'all already know what time it is with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I love the city. Love the
Yeah.
city.